Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Monday. Good morning. Come on in the room. Let's connect this thing here. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Come on in the room. I hope that you're all doing well today. It's Monday again. Yes, it is. Come on in. Come on in the room. Good morning, Wes. How are you? Good morning, good morning. As you come in, double tap for me. Share the stream out and let somebody know I am here, I am live, and we are ready to command our day. Yes, we are. Good morning. Good morning. And Morning Glory is out there singing. Oh, yes. Happy Monday. Good morning, Malcolm. How are you? Oh, she's singing. She was quiet a moment ago, but now she's singing. I guess she's saying good morning. Good morning, Liz. Good morning. Ooh, she's singing. She is singing. You're good? Great, great, great. I'm doing well. No complaints. Good morning, Aldo. How are you? How are you doing? Yes, beautiful music. Yes. Good morning, Almas. How are you? How are you doing? It is Monday again. We got one more day left in this month. And then that's it for first quarter. So, if you didn't do what you're supposed to do, you got to get on the ball, okay? Good morning, Jenny. How are you? You got to get to it because the time is going by like that. All right, double tap for me. Share the stream out. Let's get these numbers up. Let's get them up. Let's get them up. I'm going to do the same. Let me share this out. And then we'll get started. I don't have a lot of notes today, but I have time. I don't have a lot of notes, but I have time today. I do. I have time today. I'm not seeing my first client until the afternoon. Hey, Life is Precious. How are you? How are you doing? So come on in the room. Let me share this out. Share. Hey, how are you doing? Okay, that's you're good. Great, great, great. Awesome. Awesome. So double tap for me. Share the stream out. Let's get these numbers up. Let's get them up. Let's get them up. Let's do that. Let's do that. Double tap for me as you come in the room. Let's do that. Okay, numbers are taking their little time this morning. Hey, Reggie, good morning to you. Good morning, Rupta. Okay, how are you? Double D, good morning. All right, double tap for me. Share the stream out. Share it out. Hi, Marcy. Good morning. How are you? How are you doing? Good morning. Who's that? Alexander. You ran 13 miles yesterday in New Jersey. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's good. Good morning, Marcy. Good morning. All right, double tap for me. Let's get these numbers up. They're moving really slow today. Very slow today. What's going on? Double tap, share the stream out. Hi, Erin. How are you? Hey, Danny. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Joshua. All right, there we go. Now the numbers are flowing. Hey, Julio. How are you? Good morning to you. Good morning. Hey, Tony. Good morning. Good morning, Gabe. Hey, how are you? Hey, Eater. Good morning. Good morning, Teeks. How are you? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Let me know. Good morning, Patrick. All right, awesome. I love where the numbers are at. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the room. I'm Anika V. Brown, Master Life Coach and Mentor with a focus in productivity and mindset. Welcome to my virtual space. I am live here Mondays through Fridays, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Get connected, hit that follow button. Our focus for this year is executive living. So if you're ready to get organized and get your life moving along, join us right here, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Mondays through Fridays. Now, we like to get started with our gratitude check-in, so go ahead and drop in the comments some things that you're absolutely grateful for today. Go ahead and drop them in the comments. What are you grateful for today? What are you grateful for today? We practice gratitude here because it helps to keep us in a mindset of abundance. We're not complaining. No, we're not fussing. We're finding things to be grateful for. And we're expressing it. I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my strength, which we call the big three here. Thank you. Grateful for the big three. Awesome. So life, health, and strength. If those are the things that you're grateful for, go ahead and drop in the comments the big three. All right. Grateful for health and safety and life. Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hi, Emily. Good morning to you. So we're doing our gratitude check-in. You're dropping in the comments some things that you're absolutely grateful for today. Grateful for everything. Awesome. Grateful for quality time with my niece this weekend. Awesome. Love it. Hey, Jimmy. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. So again, we practice gratitude here because it helps to keep us in the mindset of abundance. I had a good night rest after a few days being sick. Okay, great. I'm happy that you're recovering. Happy for that. Grateful for my health. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So it is very important that every day you practice gratitude. Everything may not be perfect, but you have to be able to find something around you to be grateful for. All right? Because if you give all of your attention to what's not going right, it's going to magnify and it won't get better. It sure won't. All right. Let's see. Ooh, just jumped up. I'm grateful to have a new sponsee. Oh, awesome. Awesome. I like that. I like that for you. I'm happy about that. Happy for following the plan, not the emotions. I love it. I love it. You're growing already. I love it. You're growing already. You're working the goal, working the plan. I love that for you. Absolutely love it for you. Activating already. Opportunity to study at Harvard. Awesome. I love that. Amazing. I got 2 certificates from Harvard right here. So that is great. That is adding value to you. So I'm happy for that. Happy for you and that accomplishment. Absolutely happy for it. All right, awesome. So that is our gratitude check-in. Now, our theme for this year is executive living. We're focusing on operating our lives like a Fortune 500 company, and we are the executives. We're making decisions to make sure that when we hit the end of 2026, right? We'll be happy with the results that we have. We'll be happy with the growth that we experience. We'll be happy for the increase in value in yourself, in your business, life overall. So you got to make the right decisions, okay? So with that, being that our theme is executive living, we have 2 mantras that we're walking through the year with. Number 1, I am an effective executive over my life. I am an effective executive over my life. That's number 1. Number 2, I only exude executive energy. I'm focused. I'm disciplined. I'm organized. I'm focused, I'm disciplined, I'm organized. So I only exude executive energy. I won't let anybody pull me out of character. I know what I have to do, so I'm going to be disciplined and do it, right? I'm organized. I'm not here, there, and everywhere. No, I have to make strategic decisions, right? And focus on the things that will get me the results that I desire. So yes, the 2 mantras again. I am an effective executive over my life. Number 2, I only exude executive energy. I'm focused, I'm disciplined, I'm organized. All right, so that's what we're walking through the year with. Now, let's pray and then we'll move into our affirmations, okay? I'm going to pray for all of us. Thank y'all so much for coming in the room. I love where the numbers are at. Welcome, welcome. Hit the follow button if you have not done so yet. I'm live here Mondays through Fridays, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time. All right, so hit that follow button so you'll get the notification whenever I go live. All right, so here we go. Let's pray. Let's pray. I'm going to pray for all of us, and you're going to type in the comments, amen. It says that you agree with the prayer. All right, so here we go. The Lord is our shepherd, we shall not want. He makes us to lie down in green pastures. He leads us beside still waters. He restores our souls. He leads us in a path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we will fear no evil. For thou art with us, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort us. Thou preparest a table before us in the presence of our enemies. Thou anointest our heads with oil, our cups run over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our lives, and we will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen, amen, and amen. Type amen in the comments. Yes, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hey, Tara, how are you? All right, let's move into our affirmations. I'm going to read through them. You're going to repeat them to yourself. And then you're going to type in the comments, I agree with that. All right, great, great, great. Awesome, awesome. I see you all. I see you all. All right, so here we go. I'm going to read through them. You're going to repeat them to yourself. And then you're going to type in the comments, I agree with that. There's so much power in agreement. All right, so here we go. I am capable. I am responsible. I am grateful. I am focused on growth. I control my attitude. I am authentically me everywhere I go. I am worthy of God's best for me. I am patient with myself. I am patient with others. I have compassion for myself, and I have compassion for others. I embrace positive thinking. I welcome abundance and prosperity into my life. I am courageous and I have peace. I forgive myself and I forgive others. My spirit is renewed. My mind is free. I have a success mindset. I have a clear vision. I am a discipline builder. I am accountable to my goals. I am innovative. I am influential. I am a winner. I am healed and whole. Today I choose peace. Today I choose joy. Today I choose faith, and today I choose to flourish. I give myself permission to be successful. I give myself permission to take up space. I give myself permission to live my dreams. I give myself permission to win. I am a visionary. I see beyond my present. I think beyond limitations. I create the future. Nothing is impossible for me. Nothing is impossible for me. I can have it. I can build it. I can become it. I can overcome it. I can heal from it. I can grow it. I can launch it. I can write it. Nothing is impossible for me. I want you to stay in that headspace as you're going after your goals this year. Nothing is impossible for me. Good morning, Uncle X Brand. How are you? Nothing is impossible for me. I can have it. I can build it. I can become it. I can overcome it. I can heal from it. I can recover. Nothing is impossible for me. Absolutely nothing is impossible for me. All right. I can get to that goal. I can become that person. I can go there. I can own that. All right. Awesome. So I want you to stay in that headspace. Hi, Jerry. How are you? Welcome to the room. If you haven't hit the follow button yet, please do so. I'm live here Mondays through Fridays, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Join the community. All right. We're doing major things, accomplishing our life goals, right? We're getting ahead. Absolutely, we are. All right, let's jump into some announcements and then I'll get into the word of the day. All right, we'll get into the word of the day. So, for those of you who came in a little late, you may not have heard me introduce myself as a master life coach and mentor, but I am. That's what all of those, most of them are. Right? I'm a master life coach and mentor. And with that, I do have a coaching community and I have a mentorship program. So if you are looking for guidance, you're looking for structure, you're looking for accountability, you're looking to get your life in alignment, you want to stop surviving and stop circling the mountain, because we do that all the time. We circle the mountain, make all these mistakes for 10 years instead of just getting the help that will cut back the learning curve for you, that will cut back the time that is required. You need a mentor, you need a coach. I am taking new clients. So what you're going to do is message me the word mentor and we can discuss the options that are available for you to work with me. All right. So if you're very serious about getting the guidance that you need this year to accomplish your life goals, you're very serious about putting structure in place because you're tired of just doing random things that get you nowhere. You want structure, you want accountability, you want alignment. I think that is one of the main words that they're using this year, alignment. And it is so important, right? Because you don't just want to connect to anything, connect to anyone that is taking you down a path that you really don't need to go down, all right? So again, if you're looking for guidance, structure, accountability, alignment, you want to stop surviving, you want to stop circling the mountain and start living the life that is aligned with what God created you for, you're going to message me the word mentor and we will discuss the options that are available for you to work with me. Whether you want to be a part of my coaching community or a part of my mentorship program, I will let you know what the benefits are and how they differ. All right, so message me the word mentor so that I know what information to get back to you with. All right. Now, for those of you who are saying, yes, I need those things, but I do not have a budget for it. What you're going to do is go to the link in my bio. You're going to download the money plan, 10 ways to fund your personal development. Okay. You're going to download the money plan. You're going to work those ideas, save up the funds to invest in yourself. Investing in yourself is the best investment that you could make. The best, I promise you. Investing in you is the best investment that you will ever make. So download the money plan, work those ideas, get the funds to invest in yourself. Come on back, get your coach, get your mentor, get into the program, and let's start building the life of your dreams, okay? Remember, nothing is impossible for you. That life that you've been dreaming about, you can absolutely have it. You can have it, all right? Yes, you are worth it. Absolutely. You are worth the investment in getting the coach, getting the mentor so you can become a better version of yourself. You can have structure in your life and live the life that you desire to live. Okay? It doesn't matter your background. And since I have time today, let's talk about it. It does not matter your background. I dropped out of school in the 7th grade, dropped out of school in the 8th grade. I experienced a very hard divorce. I was practically homeless living in New York City, right? So it doesn't matter your background. Today, I'm a homeowner. I own my business. I have multiple careers. I'm the founder of a ministry. I'm well educated, as you can see. So it does not matter your background. The system that I teach can help you. The system that I teach can absolutely help you. Okay? So, since I have time today, I will share I'll share that with you. All right? So stop walking around saying my background is too crazy. Good morning, Miss Gloria. Don't say that. Don't say that it's too late. I did not get my GED until I was 23 years old, right? Somewhere there. I think 23, 22, somewhere there. Good morning, Lexi. Somewhere there. I got my GED. And for those of you who don't know what a GED is, it's like the equivalent to a high school diploma. Okay? So if you graduated and got a traditional high school certificate when you graduated, I didn't get mine until I was in my 20s. Okay? So you're never too late. Good morning, Jasmine. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Aldo. Good morning, Global Chick Venture. So you're never too late. Okay. And the system that I teach in my mentorship program and in my coaching community will help you to get there. So if you know that you need a coach, you know that you need a mentor, send me a message today and let's discuss the option. Good morning, Teacher 7. How are you? How you doing? All right. Let's discuss the options that are available to you so that you can work with me. All right. Because again, yes, my past is crazy. It's up and down. I knew I needed guidance. I knew I needed structure if I was going to recover. Okay. I knew that I needed accountability if I was going to play catch up with my education, with my financial status, right? Get my life back on track. I knew I needed those things, and nothing changed until I got me a coach and I got a mentor. So I have a coach and a mentor for different areas of my life because I want to be the best version of me. And I'm not afraid of investing in myself. All right. Great. So if you're not afraid of investing in yourself and you have some major life goals, but you know you need guidance, you need structure, you need accountability, you're going to message me the word mentor and let's work together so you can create the life of your dreams, right? I prayed about this life that I'm living. When I was in Brooklyn and I was living in the projects and sleeping on the floors, I was praying that one day I would own my home. And today I do, right? So nothing is impossible for you. I don't just say that just to say it because it sounds good. I'm living it. Okay? I'm living it. Can you imagine going from being homeless in New York City to owning your home? And I did that before my 30th birthday because I wanted to do it before I got to 30. Okay? And I did it. So nothing is impossible for you. When I say it, I'm not just saying it just because it sounds good. It's because it is a reality. Okay? It is a reality. All right. So you're going to message me. For those of you who want to work with me, send me a message and let's get started working on your life goals so that you can live the life of your dreams, not what somebody dreamt up for you. Okay? Not in a box that somebody placed you, because I promise you, there are people that will say, and I have time today. That's why I'm talking. I have a lot of time today. There are people that will say, because I dropped out of school in the 7th grade, because I dropped out of school in the 8th grade, because I experienced a divorce, right? Because I have 4 kids, there are people who will say, well, you're not supposed to be successful. You're not supposed to be living the life that you're living, right? As a single woman, you're not supposed to be that successful. There are people who thinks that, and the way that they speak to me tells me that that is what they're thinking, right? But I thank God for God, right? And the structures that I've placed in my life to make sure that I'm not limited by what people think about me or my past. I'm not limited by that. I want this. I want to live this specific lifestyle. I'm going to do the work that is necessary. I'm going to get connected to the people who can teach me how to live that lifestyle, and I'm going to live it. Okay? I'm going to live it. Doesn't matter what society say, because based on what society says, I should not be in the position where I'm at today. Should not be living the life that I'm living today as a single woman with children, who's been divorced, who's dropped out of school, right? That's what society says, but you can beat the odds. And I'm rambling because I have time. You can absolutely beat the odds and live the life that you desire to live. Okay? And if you can't dream it up, if you can't apply yourself on your own so you can do it, Let's work together so I can show you the system that I use and that my mentees use in their lives. All right, great, awesome, awesome. Let's get into the word of the day. Let's do that. Let's do that. I don't even talk about my authorship, but I have multiple books, right? Can you believe that somebody that dropped out of school published this many literary work, right? You need systems. Brooklyn raised, 2 family moved to another state, suburb, and I see how others live in, and it changed my mindset. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Miss Gloria. Thank you. Let's see if we can pin that. So let's get into the book. The word of the day is relentless. The word of the day is relentless. And this is on page 12 and page 13. Page 12 and page 13 of the Bold Moves Manual. This is what we work from. So if you want to grab a copy, the information is right there. Okay, so you can follow along with us. It makes a major difference when you have the book. Okay, so page 12, page 13. Now, usually I'm not able to get through all the notes, but today I have time. But I still recommend that you get the book, okay? So that you can utilize it whether you're on the live stream or not. All right, so page 12 and page 13. Yep, we're going to talk about being relentless. If I did not have that quality, I probably would have given up. All the obstacles that I face in my life, if I was not relentless, if I wasn't, I probably would not be on this live stream teaching. No, I wouldn't. So let's talk about being relentless. Let's talk about it. Good morning, everyone. Thank y'all so much for coming in the room. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Hit that follow button. Again, I'm live here Mondays through Fridays, 6:30 a.m. Eastern time. All right. So being relentless, by definition, it means, thank you. By definition, it means to be determined or persistent in pursuing a goal or activity, refusing to give up or let up even in the face of obstacles. Okay? You want to get the book? I just pinned the information. Good morning, Esther. Think it's too, what? It's too aggro for your personality. Okay. All right. And that is your personal choice. And I would not deter you. But for those of us that wants to go higher, good morning, Royal TV. How are you? It's been a minute. For those of us who want to go higher, who we're not, we don't have all the support in the world. Like we don't have people that's just handing us stuff. Miss Gloria, are you able to help Miss Esther with the information on how to get the book? Thank you. Thank you for helping. Thank you for helping. All right. You're going to get the information, Esther, how to get the book. Okay, great. There it is. Awesome. 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 So I respect that. Not everybody wants to be relentless, and I respect that. Okay. But for those of us who know that life hasn't always been easy, right? And we don't have anybody that is just issuing out resources to us. We need to get into certain rooms. There's some goals that we want to accomplish. Good morning, Ramesh. We have to be relentless, okay? We want to go higher. We have a major story that we need to get out. There are going to be difficulties along the way. There are going to be things that try to stop you from getting to your next level. And especially when you're doing something that is outside of your comfort zone, everything is going to come against you and you're going to need to be relentless to get there. Good morning, Julio. Right? So I respect your decision to not want to be relentless. So this information is for those of us who do want to. All right. All right. Great. Awesome. Awesome. So again, the definition is determined or persistent in pursuing a goal or activity, refusing to give up or let up even in the face of obstacles. Now, we got to be honest. Life will test us. It will. It will test us. For some of us, we're currently walking through a test. I can say that for myself, and I'm not failing this test. Not at all. Right? And I've heard Les Brown say that you're either entering a test, going through a test, or just leaving one. All of us, at some point, we will find ourselves going through something that is trying us. We will find ourselves at some point in one of these three stages: entering a test, walking through one, or just left one. All of us will experience that. But the fact is, another thing to consider is that our dreams will test us too. You want that business. Nobody in your family has ever started a business before. You want to launch that organization because you see how it can help the community, or there's a specific demographic that you have a heart for and you really want to help them. Trust me, that big dream is going to test you. Do you really want this? Is this what you really want to do? Right? So your dreams, your big goals, they're going to test you as well. Do you really want this? Will you stand up to the fire when things turn left? Again, especially when you're doing something that nobody in your family has ever done. It's going to test you. The enemy will try to exhaust you as well. Yep. All in an effort to stop you from accomplishing your next big goal. Because here's the thing, your big goals, your aspirations, they're connected to someone else. They're connected to someone else's freedom. They're connected to someone else's mindset being transformed, right? So the enemy will try to stop you from getting to that goal because it's going to change the lives of those who are connected to you. And even people who you've not met yet. But the moment that you meet them and you share your story and you share how you overcame, how you started something, how you launched it, how you built it from the ground up, that is going to change their lives. That is going to change their lives. Okay? And for those of us that are committed to sharing our testimony and sharing that God did it, God helped us get there, the enemy is going to fight you tooth and nail. So I would never tell you that it's an easy journey to become all that God has created you to be. It's not easy. But you got to be relentless. You have to be relentless because you were built to break barriers. You are built to break barriers. Absolutely. You're built to be relentless. So do not quit when it gets hard. Do not fold under pressure. Okay? Do not fold under pressure. That's right, Tara. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I don't want you to lose sight of your goals just because the journey got tough. The journey got tough. A specific resource that you need was pulled out from under you. Now what do? You get resourceful. I think we'll talk about that next week. How to be resourceful. Okay? The resources that you need to get to your next level gets pulled out from under you because you're doing something so great that is connected to many lives, that is going to change the lives of those who are connected to you. The enemy will pull something out from under you that you need, but you have to be resourceful and be relentless. Okay? Be relentless. Now, being relentless isn't about having more strength than everybody else. No, it's about having a vision that you refuse to surrender. You want to start that organization because you have a heart for single moms or those who have survived domestic violence, right? You have that vision. And then everything is trying to stop you. There's a red tape here, there's a red tape there. You have to be relentless because there are lives connected to what it is that you're building. Okay? All right. So being relentless is about having a vision you refuse to surrender. Having a life goal that you refuse to give up on. I'm going to become this person. I'm going to run this organization. I'm going to help this demographic. Okay? I'm going to share my story. I'm going to write this book. You have a life goal that you refuse to give up on. I'm going to be the first in my family to become a multimillionaire. That's a big goal, and one that you need to refuse to give up on, because you know what that resource will do for those who are connected to you. Okay? You've got to press forward. Now, press implies resistance, and there will be resistance. There will be resistance on this journey. I would never tell you it's easy, you just skate through. No. But you got to understand that this resistance is building character in you so that you're ready for the thing that you're going after. Okay? But you got to press forward. Press forward. No matter what's pushing against you, you're still going to move forward. Move towards the goal. All right? Move towards the goal. I will be the first millionaire in my family. Amen. And I come in agreement with you, Malcolm. I come in agreement with you, and God has put everything in you that you need to do that. That you need to do that. There are teenagers, kids that are making $1 million here in the social media platform. And I'm not saying that you have to be a social media influencer or anything like that. All you need is the right idea, the right strategy, and you're relentless about it. You make sure that you connect to the right people. You show up, even when your emotions are trying to keep you down. You show up, you will reach that goal. You will get there. Okay? You will get there. Searching ways to get change. Okay, message me. For those of you who want to work with me, send me a message so we can strategize, okay? All right? So, no matter what is pushing against you, you still need to press towards your goal. And in your pressing, the fight in you will outlast the fire that's around you. The things that are going crazy that is trying to stop you from accomplishing the goal. That fight within you to see this vision become a reality, it will outlast the fire that is around you. The stronger your press is, the stronger your perseverance become. What's your advice when you put a lot of effort for much time but don't see the results? Now, are you clear on what the results are that you want to see? When I get questions like that, that's the first thing I think. Are you clear on what the results are that you want to see? Right? So in my mentorship program, I teach you how to write goals, not just say, I want to be a millionaire, right? I teach you how to write an effective goal that is measurable. Okay? So when you say, I don't see results, how are you measuring? What is the specific result that you want to see? You got to be very clear on that. Not just, I want to see results. You have to be very clear. What is the result that you want to see? Right? I want 2 new clients this month. And here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to show up. I'm going to pitch, right? I'm going to work on my pitch. I'm going to make sure I communicate with potential clients, right? So let me know, is your result very clear what you say the results are? And if they're very clear and you've put in effort for much time, that could be building character in you. Because if you're like me, I struggled with patience. I'm getting better, not perfect. Okay? So can this thing be that it's building character in you? How are you handling the fact that I've been working on this thing now for 2 years, 3 years, and it's not doing what I want it to do? How is your character? Are you losing it? Are you flipping out when this thing doesn't come together? Because God could be working on your character. All right? So there are different angles that I want you to look at it from. Okay? Not that you're not getting results, but am I clear on what the results are that I want? Am I showing up consistently? Because you can say that you're putting in effort and your effort is just sporadic. I do a little work here, a little work there. I don't focus on it. I'm doing that. I'm doing something else, right? Because here's what I can tell you, Aldo. Here's what I'll tell you. It takes meeting one right person. It takes showing up one right time for the right people to see you, for that thing to take off and absolutely change your life. It takes one correct phone call. It takes one correct email for that thing to just take off and totally change your life. Totally change your life, right? So I wouldn't tell you to give up at this point. Has your character been developed through all this effort that you're putting in? Are you very clear on the result that you desire? Are you doing the things that you should be doing to get the results that you desire? And are you doing it with a committed mindset and not just here, a little there, right? Because we can say we're putting in effort, but when we really consider it, are we doing the best that we can do? Because if you're working inconsistent over a 5-year period, and being very consistent over a 2 years period, the results you receive is very different. It's very different. If you're inconsistent over a 5-year period and very consistent, I mean, focus on what it is that you're building for 2 years, the results that you receive, very different. Very different. I want you to think about that. All right? I hope that helped you. I hope it helped you, because I've tried to build businesses over a period of time and I got frustrated, like I'm not getting the results that I desire. But when I really sat down and looked at everything that I did and how I showed up, right? I wasn't confident enough. I needed to work on my money mindset, right? My customer service was not where I wanted to be. I did not make things more efficient for the clients that I was hoping to come through my business, right? I sat down and I evaluated myself. So I cannot get mad that I didn't see the result that I wanted to see in that business. I did not do the thing that I was supposed to do to get the results that I wanted. Right? I have a coaching and consulting business, so the person that's asking. All right, Aldo? Yes, focus, alignment, consistency, meeting the right people. That's clear. Okay, great. Awesome. I love that. And for anybody else that was thinking the same thing, I've been working on this thing for a long period of time, but I'm not getting the result. You have to evaluate yourself. Is your mindset in the right place, right? Are you very clear on what the results are that you want to see? Is it realistic? Are you saying I want to make $1 million in 1 year, but you're not willing to put the time in? You don't have the right connections that's going to. I was at an event yesterday and my friend, she kept saying your network is your net worth. Are you connected to the right people that will open the door for you to make that $1 million? All right. So I don't want you to get frustrated in whatever it is that you're doing. Maybe it's school, right? You decided to go back to school and you're taking a class here, a class there, a class every 3 to 4 months, right? And you're upset that you're not done yet. How about you lock in for a 6 months to 12 months period and say, my only focus is my education. I got to get this done. The result that you'll get from that, totally different. From one here, one there, one over there, right? And another aspect of it that you have to look at is your duty as whether mom, dad, uncle, maybe you're taking care of a parent. So you cannot compare your result to the person who has no responsibility at all. Okay? So there are many perspective to this thing of desiring results and putting in effort. There are many different angles that you have to look at it from. And I don't want you to beat up on yourself, because if you beat up on yourself, it's going to take you longer to get to that goal, to get the result that you desire. Okay? So take into consideration your life. Maybe you're working a 9 to 5, so you can't put in as much hours as someone who their primary focus is their business. You got to think about that as well. Okay? So if you can only do 2 hours per day on your business or whatever it is that you're building, or on school because you're a mom or you're a dad and you have other priorities, you can't be rushing the results to get to where someone else is at who they don't have kids. They go home and they're alone in their home, so they can dedicate 5 hours to what it is that they're building. You can't compare yourself to them, okay? All right? All right, so there are many different sides to that. That was a very broad question, but a very good one. A very good one. And I hope that my response helped you all. I hope that I just said a lot, but I hope that it helped. Okay? All right, great. Let's continue. Where are we? All right, so the stronger your press is, the stronger your perseverance becomes. For those of you who are just coming in, we're reading from page 12 and 13 of the Bold Moves Manual. You can grab your copy and follow along with us. We're talking about being relentless today. So you can grab your copy and follow along with us. We're on page 12 and page 13 today. All right? Great. Awesome. So yes, your feelings are real. Things will happen and your feelings may get impacted. Right? Your feelings are real, but they're not reliable sometimes. They're not always reliable. One day you'll feel motivated, the next day you'll feel maybe I shouldn't be doing this, right? I feel scared, I'm afraid. No. Be relentless, okay? That was a word yesterday. Don't compare yourself with others. Focus on, yes, absolutely, focus on your price. Yes, I love that. Your price that you have to pay for your success. Let's talk about it. I have time today so I can talk, okay? And I hope that y'all are enjoying the talk. But I have time today so we can talk. I love what you just said, Teeks. I love what you just said. You said focus on your price, on the price that you have to pay for the life you want to live, the business you want to build, the financial status that you want, the educational status that you want. All of it comes with a price tag. All of it comes with a price tag. And your price tag may be different from your neighbor's or your sibling. So focus on your price tag. You may be required to put in 5 hours on this thing. Your neighbor could do it in 2 because, again, the circumstances are different. Focus on your price, okay? The price that you have to pay for success. The price that you have to pay for the life that you want, the business that you want, the career that you want, the educational status that you want, the relationship that you want, right? Focus on your price. That was such a good point, Teeks. You're making me want to jump out of my seat. But yes, focus on your price that you have to pay. Your journey, your path is different from your neighbor's. So again, don't compare yourself. Don't compare yourself. Focus on a system you set in place to success, not feelings, because it always fluctuates. Absolutely does. Always fluctuate. Always. Yes. Yes, indeed. So pay your price for the life that you want to live. And another thing, I know I'm going off script, but it's going to help you. It's going to help you. Okay? All right? So pay your price. Pay your price. Okay? Do that. Pay your price. Let's leave it at that. Let me continue. Let me continue. Let's get through the notes. Grab the book so that you can get the notes seamlessly. But I'm excited about this topic today. So, yes, feelings are real, but they're not reliable. Okay? They're not reliable sometimes. Sometimes Because you're doing a new thing, you'll feel like you're going through anxiety, but you work through that and say, no, I got to do this because I want to get to my next level. Okay? I want to get to my next level. Next day you may feel like, okay, let's do this and do it. Okay? All right. So relentless people are led by conviction and not convenience. Where you want to go, the thing you want to accomplish, it may not be convenient for you. I went to night school to get my GED, right? I went to night school. That wasn't convenient. It wasn't. I was taking the L train in Brooklyn. Taking the L train to, what's that? Taking the L train, then getting on the A train, going downtown Brooklyn at nighttime by myself. Okay? My sister used to be so scared for me because she's like, you're never looking around when you're walking. You just walk with your head down or on your phone or something. She was always scared for me. But I knew that getting my GED was going to open a lot of doors for me. So I made the sacrifice. It was not convenient, but I needed to do it. And that was my conviction, right? If I don't get this GED, if I don't get a proper career, I cannot move my kids to this country. That was my thought in 2009, right? That's what I was thinking. I got to get this GED so I can get a career, so I can move my kids to this country. Because being so far from them, I couldn't just get in a cab and go visit them. No. I didn't even have money to buy the plane ticket. And if I got back home to them, even if I had the money for the plane ticket, how was I going to take care of them? Right? So conviction made sure that through my conviction, I was relentless. I got to go to night school. I got to get this GED because I need a career so I can have a secure check so I can move my kids here. Right? Because all I was thinking about, I cannot fill out any paperwork to move them here because immigration is going to want to know where is my income because they don't want nobody to move here and be on, what you call that, government assistance, right? So I had to make sure that I do the thing that was inconvenient, going to night school, right? But I got my GED. I did. And from that point on, I've always been enrolled in school. And I was able to give my kids the life that they deserve. Okay? So again, relentless people, they're not led by convenience. They're led by conviction. Right? If I don't do this, if I don't accomplish this goal, I can't do the thing I want to do for my family. Right? Took the F train to Brooklyn. Those trains... Yes, they're dangerous at nighttime. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I truly was relentless. And another thing why my sister was so concerned for me, I always had a book. So I was riding the train and I was head deep in my book studying, right? I was always studying. So she would always be concerned, like, if anything is happening, you're not going to know what's going on because you're head deep in your book. But I had to do what I had to do, right? I was 20-something trying to catch up on high school education. But I was convicted and, oh my God, I just scratched myself. I was convicted, and through that conviction of, I got to do what I got to do to make sure that I move my kids here, I had to be relentless and go to that night school, okay? Conviction looks like you saying, I gotta get that certificate because the possibility of me getting this promotion will be distant if I don't get it, right? Yes, and God kept me. Absolutely. Absolutely. God kept me. Because when I got off that L train, I had to walk blocks down the street to get to my house, right? To get to the building that I lived in, right? And even that building, just getting on the elevator, you're getting on the elevator with anybody, right? But God kept me and I was relentless. Okay? So the relentless you will not grow weary in your doing good or your well doing, because we do understand that at the proper time you will reap. you will reap your harvest. So do not give up. Don't give up. Okay? You will hold that goal in your hands. You will, but don't give up. If you give up, you won't have it, right? You will walk in it and live in it and drive it and hang it on the wall, right? You will own it if you do not give up. Be relentless in your pursuit. You have this life vision. You want to do this thing. You want to own this. You want to go there. You want to build a life of legacy for your children, which was another thing that I was very adamant about. And yes, writing my books, they were hard. I was afraid at the starting point, but I knew that one of one individual that I listen to a lot, Dr. Miles Monroe, and he always talks about legacy, right? And I wanted to make sure, because even after he passed, his books are still selling, his interviews, his teaching, they're still doing well. And I admired that about him. And I wanted to model my life that way, that I got to build legacy, that even if I'm not here, when I'm not here anymore, my kids have access to my book. So if they decide that, oh, I don't want to work a job, I just want to market my mother's work, right? Because even Dr. Miles Monroe, his children are doing that, right? They have that global enterprise that they're still pushing out his stuff, and he's no longer here. Those are the type of legacy that I want to build. And I have to be relentless to do that, so that my kids, when I'm no longer here, they have something of mine that they can push to create a life that they desire. All right? So it goes deeper than just you. And if you don't have children, I promise you the Lord is going to send somebody to connect to you that you will need to build legacy for. Okay? All right? So be relentless. Don't give up. Don't give up, because you will hold it in your hand. You will walk in it. You will live in it. You will drive it. You will hang it on the wall. You will own it if you do not give up. If you do not give up. And keep in mind that your harvest, the thing that you desire, depends on your ability to keep going. Keep going. All right? Even when feelings fluctuate. Some days you're up, some days you're down. I can't tell you how many tears I cried when I lived in Brooklyn. I mean, I was crying all the time because it was so hard. And it was new for me, right? I moved from Jamaica to Brooklyn. I want you to think about the shift, the major shift that was. I cried all the time when I lived in Brooklyn. So I was living a good life in Jamaica. I had a nice career, right? Had my car, lived in my own little space, right? My own little space. And then I moved to Brooklyn, New York, in the projects. I cried all the time. I cried all the time. And I will say, let me say this. I was like, nope, I'm done. I can't do this. And I went back to Jamaica. I did. So when I'm telling you now to be relentless, because what's on the other side of it is worth it, I went back to Jamaica. I said, I can't do this. I'm moving back. This is too hard. Life here is ridiculous. I cannot do it. I moved back to Jamaica for a month. After a month, I was like, okay, I'm going to give America a shot again. I'm going to try again. Okay? I'm going to try again, because the first thing they did when I got to the airport, they stamped in my passport that I can't work in Jamaica, right? Because of my legal status in America. They stamped in my passport, cannot work. No work. Okay? And after a month being in Jamaica, the money ran out. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go back. I'm going to give it a shot. Okay? I'm going to be relentless this time around. I'm going to give it a shot. And guess what? When I move back to America, I have time so I can give you all stories today. So while I was in Jamaica, I had a friend and I was like, hey, can you help me out? I got to move back, but I don't have anywhere to stay, right? I don't have any place to live because at this time I had moved out of the projects because things had gotten too bad. I packed up. I was like, nope, I'm done. I'm going back home to Jamaica. So I called a friend. I said, hey, I really need your help. I want to come back to America, but I don't have anywhere to live, right? So I come back to America with my one suitcase. That night was so hard because I was dragging that thing through the airport. The wheel fell off. I was so exhausted. It was just so hard. And my friend sent his brother to pick me up at the train station. So I got off the plane, had to catch a train from Philadelphia, and they picked me up at the next train station, dropped me off at my friend's house, and my friend hid me in his family basement for 30 days until he could help me find a place to stay. So I was locked up in this basement for 30 days. 30 days. Okay? 30 days. And then he found a little, it's like a rooming house, right? He found like a little rooming house, helped me to pay my rent until I could find something to do, right? Finally found a job. So I lived in this rooming house. I was the only female in that rooming house. So y'all can imagine. When I tell you to be relentless, I'm telling you. But I don't regret none of it because it really strengthened me and made me into the person that I am today, right? I can empathize with have empathy for somebody who's going through. And I can also encourage them that if you push through, here's what will happen for you. Okay? All right? So I don't regret any of it. I got me a job, started working that job. Then I got a second job because I found out that the transportation in this state was not good because I would be sitting out on the street 10 o'clock at night waiting on a bus to come like a whole hour before the bus came. So I was like, no, I can't do this. I need a car. So I got me a second job. So I worked 2 full-time jobs, one to pay the bills and one to save up for my car so I could purchase a car. And I did. I did purchase a car. So when I tell y'all to be relentless. It's worth it. Now I'm living in all that I prayed for, right? I can buy what I want when I want it. I have multiple careers. So if one starts to act crazy, I can fall back on another. I have my own business, right? I have my education where at any point I can create a stream of income because of everything that I've done so far. At any point I can create a new stream of income in my life because of being relentless, right? Yes, grab the books. They will help you. They will help you. Yes, absolutely. So be relentless. If you know that you do not have somebody that is at your beck and call and giving you what you need, you're going to have to dig it out the mud yourself. You have to be relentless to do that. You have to. I had no family to turn to rescue me when I moved to America. I had one friend, right? The only family that I knew, we were not on good terms, which is why I had to move back to Jamaica. That's why. So I had to dig it out the mud myself, and I had to be relentless. And today I'm living in everything that I prayed for. So when I say be relentless, it's not just talk. You will get your harvest from doing that, from putting in the work. Okay? You will get a harvest from it. All right? So I'm going to skip through some of this because I talked more than an hour. Page 12 and page 13. Let me do this puzzle really quickly. There we go. Page 12, page 13. Get the full strategy for being relentless. Okay? Page 12 and page 13 deals with you, train you, instruct you on how to be relentless. Okay? All right? You got to be relentless. If you want this thing, if you want a specific lifestyle, right? You have to be relentless. because life is going to test you. Do you really want success? Do you really want this financial status? Do you really want this educational status? It's going to test you, but you have to be relentless in your pursuit so you can live the life that you desire. Okay? You can live the life that you desire. Yes, life will happen. You will fall. Things will happen. But you got to get back up and keep going. Get back up. Stand on your, especially if your fall, somebody had a hand in your fall, you got to get back up and prove them wrong. A lot of people say, well, don't do that. If they had a hand in your fall, if they made that happen, get back up. Get back up on your feet and do this thing. Okay? All right. Thank you, Teeks. Thank you. So be relentless. Let's make some decrees. Again, for those of you who want to work with me, love the stories. I don't think I told a story like that in a long time, but y'all got it today. You got it today. You did. All right, let's make some decrees. Again, for those of you who want to work with me, you want to be a part of my mentorship, you're welcome, King. If you want to be a part of my mentorship, message me the word mentor so that we can discuss how to move forward. All right. If you have any questions at all, feel free to send me a message. All right. Send me a message and let's discuss the options that are available for you to work with me. All right. Let's do this. Let's make some decrees. I'm going to decree for all of us and you're going to type in the comments. I agree with that. Life and death lies in the power of the tongue. What you speak is what you will see. So we are very intentional about speaking all powerful things over our lives. All right. You're a place for a purpose in our lives. Awesome. Thank you so much for saying that. All right. So here we go. I'm going to decree and you're going to type in the comments. I agree with that. So here we go. I decree that the Lord is blessing us and keeping us in all our ways. I decree that his face and his favor is shining upon us and giving us peace. I decree that we're healthy and strong in body, mind, and spirit. I decree that we're well balanced in every area of our lives. I decree that we're blessed coming and going. I decree that our storehouse, our savings, our checking, our investment accounts are blessed with abundance and overflow. I decree that we're blessed with clear direction and a disciplined life. I decree that the rain of abundance, favor, and goodness is falling on us. I decree that we're blessed with success, with prosperity and provision. I decree that we walk today in faith and expectancy with results. I decree that we're empowered to prosper in our walk with the Lord. I decree that God's grace is giving us speed and acceleration in all that we do. I decree things of great value is coming our way today. I decree that the Lord is amplifying our voices and perfecting our gifts. I decree that God is connecting us to great men and giving us strategic kingdom opportunities. I decree that we are victorious in life. That is how we program a productive and a successful day. So now our mindset and our intentions are set for today, and we know that anything is possible when you have the right mindset and the will to do what you say you're going to do. So be relentless in your pursuit. Okay? Yes, things may happen. You may fall along the way, but get back up. Keep going. It's going to be worth it in the end. You're going to look back and you're going to say, I'm happy that I experienced that because it made me a better person. Okay? I'm happy that I went through that because indeed it made me a better person. All right, so the word of the day is relentless. If you want a copy of the book, send me a message. You're very welcome, Aldo. Send me a message so I'll tell you how to get a copy of the book. And if you want to work with me, send me a message. Let's discuss the options that are available. All right, I will be back tomorrow with another word of the day. So set your reminders and join me back here tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern time. I'll be back. All right. Have an amazing day. The replay for this will be on my YouTube channel. I am the productivity coach on YouTube. So you can find me there, get connected to my channel and watch the replay there. I'm also on Facebook, Anika V. Brown. Find me there as well and the replay will be there. All right. Bye for now.